What if faith is not just something we believe, but something we intentionally create with God every single day? Hello, friends. Welcome back to Faith Haven Studio. It's been a little while since our last video, and lately I've been focusing on work. And to be honest, I also went through a season of feeling unwell. There were days when I needed to step back, rest, and simply receive God's grace. And maybe some of you are in similar season right now. And if that's you, I want to gently remind you that rest is not wasted time. Sometimes God meets us most deeply when we slow down. So today, I simply want to say, praise God that we're back. And I'm grateful that we can gather here again, reflect together, and continue growing in faith one step at a time. Today, we're talking about the art of faith because faith is not just something we believe, but something we intentionally cultivate every day. And just like any art form, faith requires time, patience, practice, and surrender. So let's slow down together and explore what it means to create a life that points back to God. First on my list is that faith begins with knowing God. We cannot trust someone we do not know, right? Growing in faith starts with building a relationship with God, not merely knowing facts about Him, but knowing His heart. Because it says in Romans chapter 10, verse 17, that so faith comes from hearing, and hearing through the word of Christ. The more we spend time in God's Word, the more we discover His character. We learn that He is faithful, loving, sovereign, and trustworthy. And when we know who God is, trusting Him becomes easier even when we don't understand what He's doing. Whether you're a lifelong believer or someone simply exploring faith, God invites you to know Him personally. And second is that faith grows in the waiting. One of the most challenging parts of faith is waiting. We often want immediate answers, quick solutions, and clear directions, but God often works in the waiting. Think about Abraham. God promised that he would become the father of many nations, yet Abraham waited many years before seeing that promise fulfilled. And during that waiting season, God wasn't absent. He was preparing Abram's heart to trust Him more deeply. Maybe you're waiting today for healing, provision, direction, restoration, or answered prayers. But take heart. Waiting does not mean God has forgotten you. Sometimes the waiting season is where our faith grows the most. Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31 reminds us, "But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength." Third is that faith chooses eternity over temporary things. We live in a world that constantly tells us to chase more success, more possessions, more recognition. But these things can never fully satisfy our hearts because the Bible reminds us in Colossians chapter 3 verse 2, "Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things." The art of faith is learning to fix our eyes on what is eternal because this world is not our permanent home. The things we own, achieve, or accumulate are temporary, but our relationship with God lasts forever. When we surrender our desires to Him, something beautiful happens. He begins to transform our hearts. Our desires slowly become aligned with His desires, and that is where true contentment is found. And next is that faith is practiced in small daily choices. Sometimes we think faith is only demonstrated in big moments, but often faith is built in ordinary days. It's choosing to pray even when you don't feel like it. It's opening your Bible when life feels busy. It's trusting God when answers haven't come yet. It's showing kindness, offering forgiveness, and remaining faithful in the small things. Because Jesus said in Luke chapter 16, verse 10, "Whoever is faithful with very little will be also faithful with much." Every small act of obedience matters. Every quiet prayer matters. Every step toward God matters. And lastly, is that faith points others back to God. The beautiful thing about faith is that it was never meant to stop with us. Our lives become living testimonies of God's goodness, not because we are perfect, but because God is faithful. When others see our hope in difficult seasons, our peace in uncertain times, and our trust in God's promises, they begin to see Him through us. The goal of our faith is not to draw attention to ourselves, but to point people back to Jesus. So that's all. Bye.